How many times, while watching the 8 episodes that are provided for us, did you have your mouth wide open and went, "What the fuck?" What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here, bringing a review of The Boys, Season 1. Better be a 2. The Boys, of course, is the new superhero series that is on Amazon Prime right now. Yeah. It's, well, you guys kind of, the buzz is around this thing this whole weekend has been pretty gnarly, but it's based off a graphic novel series that ran, I guess, between 2006 and 2008, and it brings a much darker, dare I say, real look at superheroes. You got the boys who want to take these guys down and expose them for the frauds they are, because now, they're just products of corporate, of the corporate world. It parallels to basically how things are happening in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with the Disney just picking it all up and making billions of dollars, and now it's just that, but the superheroes are goddamn real. So you got Butcher, who leads the boys and wants to just take these guys down. He has his reasons why. And he recruits, of course, Huey and gets some of the band back together of guys he worked with before, and the insanity ensues. We get to pull back the curtain on what's really happening with these heroes. Of course, they put a smile on and wave at the camera and, say their lines, and everybody loves them, but, behind the scenes, they might not be all that great. The Boys is pure R-rated graphic satire that pokes fun at the CBM machine, and it's wrapped up in a Snyder-esque bow. You got Highlander, which is just a mash between Superman and Captain America, 100%. You got Queen Maeve, probably saying the name wrong, but she's obviously Wonder Woman. You got A-Train, which seems like a combination of the Flash and Quicksilver, because he's got Quicksilver kind of colors. Black Noir, I guess you could say, is a Batman-esque, but he's kind of like, what's his name? Snake Eyes? Or whatever in Cobra Kai, or not Cobra Kai. You know what I'm talking about, G.I. Joe. The Deep is obviously Aquaman, and then you got Starlight, which is kind of like maybe a Captain Marvel-esque, I don't know. But this show is absolutely fantastic because, like I said, it pulls the curtain behind. Within like the first 10 minutes, if you haven't seen it yet, your mouth is gonna drop. Something happens, and I won't say, but Jesus Christ, it's just, you can't believe that it happens. 2 slow motion shots happen, one after the other. One's like really fucking badass, and then one's just like, oh my god, what? And there's various moments throughout. There's some shit in here. You're just like, it's crazy. And I know a lot of people are gonna obviously look at recent offerings of superhero movies that inspired this, but don't sleep on the fact that Mystery Men, way back in the late 90s, kind of tapped in on this a little bit, especially with Captain Amazing, saying that, he was trying to be corporate, and he was sponsored, and he was kind of like setting things up so he can have, more corporate sponsorship. And then, of course, everybody wanted to be a superhero and stuff like that, It's pretty crazy, but Kyle Urban, who plays Billy Butcher, is, like I said, he's just a treasure. He's a douchebag, but he's a lovable douchebag. I love the fact that he's using his actual accent. It just works. He likes to say cunt a lot, so if you don't like to hear the word cunt, well, be prepared. It's great. The shit that comes out of his mouth, he's just... And you get why. They do a backstory of why he's gotten in for these heroes and everything. And in for Vought, which is the, of course, corporation that owns the heroes, and they have their little tower and everything like that. And Homelander, I tell you what, Anthony Starr, Jesus, the guy is frightening because, he could just rip anybody apart. This is what Bruce was worried about when it came to Batman vs. Superman. He could rip anybody apart, he could take the whole thing down, but he puts a smile on his face, and he always is like, hey, he always seems like a really nice guy, and he doesn't seem as damaged as the other ones, because they pull back the curtain on all the heroes, and you could see how damaged they are. And then, of course, Starlight being the new one, and she realizes, wow, this is not the gig that I thought it was going to be. I wanted to be a superhero all my life, but man, this is just all corporate shit. They're telling me what to say, what to do, how to pose, what costume I should have. It's craziness. But Homelander, man, from Anthony Starr, at first I was getting a vibe of Chris Pine and Bob Odenkirk, just going by the characters that they played. He's got an inflection in his voice that sounds Pine-ish, but just the way that, I guess you could say, like Better Call Saul, like Odenkirk, the way they just fluffs things up and talks bullshit. It just kind of reminded me of that. But then when I posted that, I saw people say, oh, yeah, it's also like Bradley Cooper, Chris Evans. And I'm like, yeah, there's just so much mixed in. They pull from so much here. You could pull from Watchmen as well. Karen Fukuhara's in this. I mean, she plays, well, they just call her the female. But she's got a little secret herself, which adds to that. And then you got Elizabeth Shue. I was totally not expecting her. I was like, wow. And Simon Pegg, I was like, cool. So, yeah, if you haven't watched this, guys, please go watch it. And now for the spoiler part. So if you don't want to hear this part, you haven't watched it yet, I've warned you now. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The ending kind of was anticlimactic, but I'm sure if I watched it again, I'd be perfectly okay with it. Because the whole twist of the story is that no superheroes are born like this. It wasn't just like God chose them, which is what Starlight always thought. But there's Compound V that basically is just working on babies. You know, you want that? Cool. Now they can be a superhero, and then something happens, kind of just ignites something, almost like the mutant gene within a person. Homelander, which is grown in a fucking lab, the baby scene where Butcher is using a baby with laser to just obliterate some fuckers. That was awesome. But Homeland raped and supposedly killed Butcher's wife. That's why he's pissed and wants his head. And then we find out at the very end when he thought he had a leg up on him by just like, I'm going to blow us up. But Butcher wakes up on some grass during the day, and this kid's walking out. There's Homelander, and there's Butcher's wife. And Homelander goes, oh, your mom didn't tell you? Well, I'm your father. And then that's pretty much how it ends. I mean, I thought it was a little at first, but I'm going, I thought that was fine. It made me want more, and definitely there is going to be more. But yeah, the first 10, like, when Huey's girlfriend gets obliterated by A-Train, I was like, what the fuck? Oh my god. The landlord doing the ass eating. Yeah, that was, and then the part where the Deep, when he has to go to Sandusky because he's a piece of shit, because he is a piece of shit. When she hooks up with the chick and she wants to stick her hand in his gills. I felt that, and I don't have gills. That was painful to watch, man. Jesus. There's so many what the fuck moments. But it's all great and fantastic. And that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to cover. No, I think that was pretty much it. By the way, actor who plays Huey, which is, of course, Dennis Quaid's kid, he reminded me of a lot of Michael Shannon, Daniel Bruhl, with a hint of Rainn Wilson. But there's times where you go, oh yeah, that's Dennis Quaid's kid. Look at him, yeah, that's totally his kid. I mean, it's Meg Ryan's kid too, but you don't really see it. You don't really see too much Ryan, maybe a little bit in the eyes. But there you go, guys. That's my review of The Boys. Go watch it. It's just pure fun. It's if you're not good with gore, don't watch it. But definitely, if you're a Snyder fan, you definitely should go watch it. So there you go, guys. Let me know your thoughts about it down below. If you have watched it, hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel, it's filmjunkie.com for my content. Follow me on the sock mids over there. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Patreon if you want to help out. And shirts down below. Film Junkie shirt if you want to get one. Yeah? All right. Talk to you later.